Greetings, fellow humans. Welcome to Sam and Max Hit the Books. I'm Max.
I'm Sam.
And we're here with a special episode where we're going to be reviewing the newly released independent comic Jawbreakers by Richard C. Meyer and penciled by John Malin. So, this was obviously both of our first Jawbreakers comic, although it is not the first Jawbreakers comic. There is some backstory with these characters. That I feel like isn't necessarily that important because I pretty much got the gist of everything as I was reading.
Yeah, I feel like I got most of what was going on as I was reading. No problems here. They're like an A-Team or a G.I. Joe.
Very much, yeah, a G.I. Joe.
But powers.
With powers, yeah. There's like hints and like things here that they used to be superheroes and aren't anymore. But yeah, it's a pretty cool little action comic, just a straight like jungle action adventure.
Yeah.
There's a big ape.
There's a giant ape. He's first the bad guy, and then later he's not.
Right, yeah. First they fight a giant ape, and then they help a giant ape. I think that's how Richard C. Meyer described in the comic before it came out. I was weirdly surprised to find out that Lost Souls, the title of the story, actually was referring to something in the story. I just assumed it was just in generic, yep, the Jawbreakers, they're Lost Souls.
That's true.
And I guess Silkworm, you can, by the end, he's real moody and kind of brooding, you can kind of tell that he's kind of a lost soul. I mean, he says it in the dialogue even.
That's true.
But yeah, I mean, it's well executed. John Malin, I gotta be honest, the style isn't my preference, but I can tell that it's very technically proficient. You know what I mean? The drawings are good.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's just, there's a lot of straight lines happening.
And empty space.
And the coloring in the book is pretty good, but you can only make up for that so well. Yeah, we should mention Brett Smith did the colors, and that's kind of the standout part of the art, is just how everything really pops off the page.
Yeah, no, very good with coloring, for sure. But, the action lines and stuff, it definitely leaves something to be desired.
There was one line of dialogue in here that, at the time it happened, I was almost like, what? And then on the next page, they turned it into a joke. And I thought it was pretty funny, but I want to get your take on it. Because there's this part where Cuffs punches the giant monkey.
Yeah.
And he says, I want to find it. I don't want to misquote this one. Hold up, I'm about to rock this fool with the power of 1,000 slaves.
Yes.
Now, when that happened, having never read a Jawbreakers comic before, I was like, no. There's no way that they made that guy's power that. And then on the next picture, they're like, Cuffs, don't say that. You're just guessing. You don't know where your powers come from.
I thought that was hilarious.
I thought that might have been the funniest line in the book.
Yeah. Because, he's being a fool and getting called out for it.
Now, it is... Gosh, I totally lost my train of thought. It does seem to go for a very... it's real dramatic stuff that's happening, but... it's still trying to be light and comic booky. The thing with the eye in particular was
agreed,
real weird. When it's first one and then a second character
gets trapped in the eye,
in the giant eyeball.
Yeah,
and that's real gross.
It is gross.
Yeah. What else? The villain is interesting enough. I mean, he's scary, but. Kind of gets dispatched a little too easily.
Again and again. It's it flashes to him and his big plans and stuff. But then right after that, it's nope.
Yeah, so I did enjoy the bit where the Jawbreaker's talking about how, normally we only do stuff for money. I can very much relate to that characterization playing The Witcher again and reading the Witcher books, and where Geralt is also very much a character who's well, I'll help you, but for money.
Mercenaries.
Right, but, the little knife hand bit where he's we already got paid with all this treasure. That was cool. Yeah, so...
I thought it was real sad that the right portal closed before the giant ape could get into it and potentially get its soul back sooner.
That was surprising. I really did think that the giant monkey, after having been hamstrung and had his eye gouged out earlier, was going to get a happy ending of some kind.
Yeah, you'd hope so. And nope, they really pulled that away from you.
It really did, and yeah, it's very much like played against silkworms, like angst. It's very angsty, very 90s angsty, like, my family. Like, what happened with my family? Something happened. Like,
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I really think that's all there is to it. It's not the deepest thing ever. It's not meant to be. It's supposed to be... It's like when we were reading those Michel Fife Bloodstrike comics or something. It's like, it's going for that 90s tone.
It's X-Men / G.I. Joe versus King Kong.
Versus King Kong and Terminator, kind of.
And yeah. or that robot-armed guy from... what's it called?
From Mortal Kombat? Jax.
Jax.
That's true. Yeah, he's like Jax, but taken to like he looks almost like Australian Jax with that hat.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, just real quick before we end, what do you think Hell Priest's power is?
I think he can see souls.
Oh, does he actually say that out loud? Because I can't remember if he says that or...
He mentions that he can't see the monkey and says, so I guess it really doesn't have a soul.
Oh, okay.
That, I makes me, draw to the conclusion that, he can probably just see souls.
Okay, yeah, well, spoiler alert, I did read the other two Jawbreakers issues in this comic, and it does make it clearer in the, actually earlier issues of Jawbreakers that, that is what his powers are.
All right, good.
Yeah, exactly right. So, good job. I didn't get that until I read through the first one, so I guess you read that a little closer than I did.
Well, just for that part.
Also, this one doesn't mention how strong Silkworm is. In the book one, it shows him bench pressing a Buick.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it does not.
He
does, fly right through the monkey.
He does. Yeah, that's true. He does fly right through the big monkey.
Yeah.
I think so. I guess we gotta give it a grade.
All right. Are we giving a number grade 1 to 10?
Same way we'd rank any other comic from any other company.
Just making sure we're not going in a different direction this time.
No, I'd say 1 through 10.
Yeah, I'd give it a 7. I think it was a very solid comic, fun to read, but not too deep, and it suffers a little bit for the art.
I think 7 is the right score for this. It's definitely above average. It's worth the price, for sure. It's a good story if you're looking for that kind of story. Like, if you're specifically in the market for, I really just want them 90s action comics, maybe that's an 8. I think for us, I think 7's right for this. It's a good, solid action piece, competently illustrated, brilliantly colored.
Yeah. Good characters.
All right.
You can follow.
Yeah. No, it's very true. You're never lost at any point. Like, you've never read a single thing with these characters before, but it's written with that comic shorthand of, like, you can understand these things. Giant monkeys, seeing souls. Like, you've read comic books, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. You got anything else?
No, nothing.
All right, cool. Well, that was our review of Jawbreakers Lost Souls. Like, subscribe. Thanks for listening, everybody, as always, and we will see you next time.